Please remain standing. We will now have the presentation of the colors and the playing of the national anthem. The colors will be presented by the Joint Service Color Guard of the University of Memphis, United States Army, Naval, and Air Force Reserve Officers Training Corps. The national anthem will be sung by baritone Jason Christopher Ishofen. Jason was born in Bryan, Ohio. He received an ABA in voice performance and studio performance from Bowling Green State University. He has performed roles with our university's orchestra department and has been a soloist with the Memphis Symphony Orchestra and chorus. Jason is receiving his master's degree in vocal performance today.
that red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Terrific.
Please be seated. Good morning. Good morning. I agree. I think graduation is always a great day. I'm David Rudd, University Provost. I want to welcome you to the spring convocation of the 102nd commencement of the university. We are extremely proud of our graduating class today. We will award a total of 2,512 degrees from the 11 schools and colleges that comprise the university today. Today, we will recognize 858 graduates in 3 of our colleges and 1 of our schools. We will recognize the remainder of our graduates later today. This brings the total of degrees awarded for the University of Memphis since 1912 to a remarkable 161,510. At this time, I would like to introduce some of the special members of the platform party who will be participating in today's ceremony. If you would please stand as you are introduced. Dr. Silverna Ford, Dean of University Libraries. Ms. Linda Bonin, Vice President for Communications, Public Relations, and Marketing. Mr. David Zettergren, Vice President for Business and Finance. Ms. Ellen Watson, Vice President for Technology and Chief Information Officer. Dr. Rosie Phillips Bingham, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Reginald Green, President of the Faculty Senate. Dr. Lisa Kledges, Dean, School of Public Health. Dr. Richard Swigert, Dean of the Herf College of Engineering. Dr. Ernie Rako, Associate Dean, College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences. Dr. Lynn Zahn, Dean of the Lowenberg School of Nursing. Dr. Jasbir Dhaliwal, Associate Dean, Fogelman College of Business and Economics. Dr. Maurice Mendel, Dean, School of Communication Sciences and Disorders. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Ricky Kirby, the President of the Student Government Association. Ricky is a junior majoring in marketing, and I'm sure many of you know Ricky will be joining us for another year as our president, and we are thrilled about that. Ricky?
Good morning and congratulations, graduates. A few nights ago when I was watching a television show, I heard a quote and it really stuck out with me and I had to share it with you all. We only tell ourselves that things are complicated when we're just scared. And I began to think about many of you graduating today and how scary it can be to leave this part of your life for something completely foreign. Today of all days will be one of the happiest moments in your life. But along with it being one of the happiest, it can also be one of the scariest. There are many of you that do not know the next steps you're going to take, and that's okay. It can be so natural to see something that you have to face and look at it as too hard or too complicated, and you think, I can't possibly get through this, and you're constantly telling yourself that things are just too complicated. But they really aren't. That's just the part of you that is just scared. Each of you should know that if you can make it here today, that you can conquer any obstacle and that nothing is impossible. As you leave here today, leave without fear and have a vengeance to not let fear rob you of anything else that is and should be yours. Never again should you let fear be the deciding factor of what you are able to accomplish. So whether you're starting a new job, continuing in a current one, pursuing your master's degree, or just taking your time off, remember that you are a dreamer, a thinker, and a doer. And never forget that you're a Memphis Tiger, and Memphis Tigers never give up and always give back. Graduates from the Student Government Association, congratulations.
I think you can see why he earned a second term. Thank you, Ricky. We have always enjoyed the presence of members of the Tennessee Board of Regents at our commencement. The Honorable Gregory Duckett is joining us today. He is Senior Vice President of Baptist Memorial Healthcare Corporation, a member of our Board of Visitors, and, most importantly, a 1985 graduate of Cecil C. Humphreys School of Law. Mr. Duckett brings greetings. Greg?
Thank you, Dr. Rudd. It is indeed a pleasure as well as a privilege for me to have an opportunity to bring greetings from the Tennessee Board of Regents, and speaking on behalf of the governor who chairs the Board of Regents, as well as Chancellor John Morgan and my other colleagues who serve on that body. I want to congratulate each of you students as you receive your various degrees today. For those of you who might not know, the Tennessee Board of Regents is the governing body for 46 state institutions, including the University of Memphis. We have a combined enrollment through all of our institutions of over 200,000 students, which makes the Tennessee Board of Regents the sixth largest system in public higher education. We have an annual enrollment of students here at the university of over 22,000, and I am proud of the high level of achievement, performance, and other activities that have occurred here at this university. I want to personally thank Brad Martin, who stepped in as interim president for the university while we undertook the process of identifying our next president, Dr. David Rudd, to which I would like to also congratulate him as I stand here today. I would be remiss also today if I did not, on the day before Mother's Day, extend a heartfelt thank you to the mothers who are here with us today. While it doesn't need to be said, but without them, we wouldn't be here. Now to you students, the students of this great institution. You have witnessed and experienced a number of improvements at the university during your tenure. The University Center, renovations of the Custom House and Post Office, which is now the new location of our Cecil C. Humphreys School of Law, the establishment of the University of Memphis Lambeth campus. The high level of performance and academic excellence is also evidenced in today's graduating class. As the university honors you, as graduates of the University of Memphis, today you are making your own history by being one of 2,512 graduates in this spring class. I again congratulate you, wish you, as Ricky did, the most success as you embark on the next phase of your life. And as an alum, and as you prepare to become an alum, please remember the institution that helped you get your start. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Duckett. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you today the President of the University of Memphis, Mr. R. Brad Martin. Brad?
Good morning, Memphis. We, as Mr. Duckett said, next Friday, Dr. Rudd will assume formally the responsibility as the 12th president of the University of Memphis. And I think those of us all here know it is an act of great fortune for the University of Memphis to be able to welcome him to this leadership role, and great days are ahead for the University of Memphis, just like the extraordinary heritage it has enjoyed to date under the leadership of Dr. David Rudd. Will you give him a Memphis Tiger? Welcome to the presidency, Dr. Rudd. And while we are celebrating graduation for 800 plus of you today from your academic responsibilities, we are also celebrating the graduation from the leadership responsibilities at the University of Memphis of Sherry Lipman. Sherry Lipman has been our university counsel for over a decade. Most recently, our chief of staff will join the federal bench as a United States District Judge this coming week. No one more exemplifies the values, the standards, and the compassion of the University of Memphis family than Sherry Lipman. Will you thank and congratulate Sherry Lipman, and will you stand and let us do so, please, Sherry? Well, we have a real treat for you this morning in our speaker, who is, like you, a graduate of the University of Memphis. Marvin Ellison is one of the senior leaders of the Home Depot Corporation, one of the most noted enterprises in North America. He is responsible for all of its store operations and has had a lot to do with not just its extraordinary operating success, but building a very special culture. Marvin is a member of the board of directors of FedEx Corporation, of H&R Block Company, a committed philanthropist and active in Atlanta in a number of initiatives supporting inner city schools and student achievement and opportunity. A graduate not only of the University of Memphis, but of Emory, where he received his MBA. His family is here. His wife is a distinguished graduate of the university. His son will be joining the U of M as a freshman this fall. Will you welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marvin Ellison.
President Martin, thank you for that wonderful introduction, and we need to give a Memphis Tiger thank you and congratulations to Brad Martin for his outstanding stewardship as interim president. Let's give him a big hand. And also, Dr. Rudd, congratulations. We look forward to your outstanding future leadership of this wonderful university. And graduates, let me congratulate you on what will be one of the proudest days of your life. And I'm someone who believes a lot in preparation. So as I read it myself for this very important address, I researched some of the greatest speeches of all times for inspiration. I read the words of Susan B. Anthony as she fought for women's suffrage on the steps of the courthouse in Rochester, New York. I read Winston Churchill's passionate and prophetic address to the House of Commons, getting the country ready for war. I reread the Gettysburg Address to understand the brilliance of Lincoln's communication style. And I read a speech that occurred just 8 miles down the road from here, where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. told the world about a very simple but elusive dream. I read these speeches for inspiration, and I was inspired. But graduates, I realized when I read these speeches, they had one thing in common, regardless of the era that they were given. They were all very short. So although I cannot promise you a legendary speech, I promise you that I will be very brief. How does that sound to you? And I'm hoping that's not the best ovation I received this morning. So this is a very special day for me for many reasons, but 25 years ago, I sat in a similar commencement ceremony receiving my degree, as President Martin mentioned, from this university. Back then, we called it Memphis State University. And graduates, between you and me, I can't remember one single thing or one single point made by any speaker that day in the commencement address. Not one. What I can remember is that each individual was very eloquent and had a very impressive background. But my mind was simply preoccupied. Instead of listening intently to what they said, I sat there with an increased level of anxiety, wondering about my life and wondering what my life would be like. You know, more pressing, I was thinking about things like, would I get a good job? Was I truly prepared to make it on my own? Would I achieve my goals in life? I simply was thinking, was I going to make my parents proud because they really deserved that? And I also wondered as I sat there, what would happen to this really cute girl I had met 2 years prior in the library? You can tell I had my priorities very well aligned. Those thoughts and not the commencement speakers occupied my mind. But as I replay the last quarter century from that commencement address to today, I have to tell you that I have a very blessed life, and I'm grateful for the blessings that I have. I've traveled the world. I'm responsible for the careers of tens of thousands of wonderful men and women. I interact with the titans of business in Wall Street. I've met the president a couple of times, even dined at the White House, which is pretty cool. And my wife and I are blessed that we can provide our parents with the things that they need and want in life. I have two wonderful children. They're here today, Donovan and Gabrielle. And Brad mentioned Donovan will be an incoming freshman this fall at the University of Memphis. We're very proud of him. But most importantly, that cute girl I mentioned, her name is Sharon. She's a 1991 graduate, and we'll be celebrating our 23rd wedding anniversary in October. So as I said, life has been good to me, and let me give you a secret, graduates, I'm not really that special. But besides God's favor on my life, what has allowed me to achieve this wonderful life? So I'm going to share with you two very simple principles taught to me by my father, Avery T. Ellison, and reinforced to me during my days at this wonderful university. The first principle is the principle of effort. I wake up every single day willing to give more effort than the person working next to me. And let me take you back to physics class for a second. I'm going to give you two numbers, the number 211 and the number 212. More specifically, 211 degrees and 212 degrees. If you take water to 211 degrees, it gets very hot. But if you take it to 212 degrees, just 1 degree different, it boils. It creates steam, and steam can power an entire factory. Just 1 degree difference. So graduates, my question to you is, how much more can you achieve in your life today and in the future by creating 1 degree of extra effort in everything you do? And let me tell you a quick story, graduates. How we learn lessons in life and we don't apply those lessons. So let me tell you a quick story. My first salary job after college was a glorified security manager at a retail store. This was not what my degree was in. It was not the job I wanted, but because we were in a recession, I took the best available job I could find. And remember, I'd met this really cute girl and I wanted to stay close to Memphis. But in my mind, I rationalized that because this was not my dream job, I did not have to give great effort every day. So when I came to work, I was just marginal. I did the minimum required, no more, no less every day. 6 months into this routine, I'll never forget, we had our first big staff meeting where my boss and my colleagues from around the market gathered in this impressive conference room. As my boss went around the room soliciting input on specific initiatives and processes and things that we were working on as a company, I came to the quick realization that I knew less than anybody in the room. I sat there horrified that he was going to call on me with a specific question. And I knew that I would become embarrassed because I didn't have the answer. I was simply unprepared. So graduates, I'll never forget. I sat there and I said a silent prayer. I said, Lord, if you let me get out of this meeting without being totally embarrassed and exposed as a fraud, I will go back to work and I will put extreme effort in everything I do, whether this is my dream job or not. My next day at work, I put that 1-degree philosophy into practice. I literally read everything I could find on the retail business, every document, every report, every analysis, anything I could get my hands on. And you know what, graduates, a funny thing happened. I became better at my job. My peers saw me as a resource. Another thing happened. I became someone that had great results. I started to enjoy my job, and I fell in love with the retail business. And after all of those things, just because of the effort I put in place, I got promoted, not just once, but again and again and again. So graduates, let me challenge you. Get up every day and ask yourself the question, what can I do today to add 1 degree of extra effort to my life so I can go from hot to boiling to steam to power? Let me take you to the second principle. It's the principle to be the best you in everything that you do. To be the best you in everything you do. I grew up in Brownsville, Tennessee, which is about 80 miles northeast of here. It's a 3-traffic light town. And as an African American, I've spent times in business environments where no one looked like me. I've worked with colleagues with impressive and elite educational backgrounds and resumes. And I'll have to admit to you that early in my career, I oftentimes felt slightly inferior that my background or my credentials just didn't add up to the people around me. So what do you do when you perceive you don't measure up? Well, you try to blend in, and that's what I did. And on occasion, I would find saying to myself, how can a guy from Brownsville, Tennessee, compete in a corporate environment with colleagues who clerked on the Supreme Court, worked in the White House, studied abroad, or had degrees from elite Ivy League universities? Graduates, whenever I start to feel inferior, I remember a message that my father gave to my siblings and I over and over again as we looked at our meager environment. He would say to us, you are better than no one, but no one is better than you. You are better than no one, but no one is better than you. And he would go on to say, when times get really tough, always remember, nobody can beat you being you. Nobody can beat you being you. In other words, graduates, leverage your unique abilities so you can stand out from your peers and your colleagues. That's what I did, and that's what I continue to do. I believe that every person in this room has unique gifts and abilities that are exclusively yours. Whether it's your ethnic background, your gender, how you process information, the way you engage people, or some of you with that resiliency and refusal to lose in anything you do. These are your unique gifts and talents. And my challenge to you is identify these natural talents, perfect them, and make these part of your leadership portfolio every day in every interaction that you have. So in closing, I want to tell you, graduates, that this is your time. You control your destiny. Whether you choose a life in public service, medicine, the arts, education, or business, you have to know that this is your time. You have to see yourself as a sculptor with a smooth stone and a sharp chisel, and you're working on a piece of unique art. Your life and your career is that unique art. This is your time. Leave this place. Seize the moment. Find that 1 degree of extra effort in everything you do. Be the best you in everything you do. Work hard, represent this university and your family with pride, and you will have the success that you desire in your life. God bless you, and I wish you much, much success in all you do. Go Tigers. Thank you.
Thank you, Marvin. Great comments. I'm going to remember that speech. Thank you. It is my pleasure to venture just briefly off our standard script to surprise our wonderful president, Brad Martin. And I know that this is a surprise because he mentioned to me just a minute ago, as he saw his family and friends over to our right, why are my family and friends here? So I am pleased today to be able to award the honorary doctoral degree. The Tennessee Board of Regents has authorized the awarding of an honorary degree on a selective basis. The purpose is threefold: to honor persons whose careers reflect sustained exceptional achievement in some field of scholarship, public service, or other field of endeavor; to advance the educational mission, goals, and programs of the university; to inspire others in the community to emulate such standards of excellence, integrity, and commitment to enhance the public good. A selection committee was established on campus, and this 2014 candidate for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters has been recommended, unanimously endorsed, approved by the Tennessee Board of Regents. Let me tell you briefly about President Martin. As many of you probably know, he is receiving this degree in recognition of his remarkable contributions across many domains and 4 decades now to the University of Memphis. This includes his innovative, visionary, bold leadership as our president during the past year. He has helped chart a new path for our university, and he has done so with unparalleled grace, expertise, and remarkably good humor. President Martin is a 1976 graduate of the University of Memphis, where he also served as president of the student body, quickly followed that with a successful stint as the youngest person ever elected to the Tennessee General Assembly, completing 5 terms. He continues a very distinguished business career. He retired from his position as chairman and CEO of Saks after leading that organization for 18 years of significant growth. He continues his service as a member of board of directors of FedEx, Chesapeake Energy, First Horizon National Corporation, and Pilot Flying J. He is an author, he is a proud father, he is a tremendous leader, and he is an exceptional friend of the University of Memphis. When I first met Brad Martin, it was a pleasure to call him Mr. President. As I have grown to know him over the course of the past year, it has been a privilege to call him a friend. And today it is with great pride that I call him Doctor. Dr. Martin.
Holy smokes. Wow. Gosh.
Well, I clearly have no remarks prepared for this. And so let me simply say that when I was asked to serve as president of the university for a year, I did it for one fundamental reason, and that was I was grateful for what the university and the university family had meant in my life. And let me simply say, for this Dr. Rudd and members of the university family, I am indeed grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Martin. We now will recognize each of our graduates. Their names will be read by Dr. Charles Hall, Professor of English, and Dr. Robin Rash, Senior Lecturer at Lambeth in foreign languages. At this time, I ask our guests to join us in acknowledging the accomplishments of our graduates. We will draw your attention to the overhead screen that will allow you to have a close-up view of each candidate later with President Martin. The candidates for the doctoral degrees will be presented by Dr. Karen Weddle-West, Vice Provost for Graduate Programs and Director of Diversity Initiatives.
Martin. President Martin, I present the candidates for the doctoral degrees. Will the doctoral candidates please rise and remain standing?
I think you're on the far side.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
President Martin, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, upon certification by the graduate school that you've fulfilled all the requirements for graduation and by the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the doctoral degree that you have so richly earned and deserve, and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations.
Thank you. Shall we begin? Good morning. Stephen Joseph DiBlasi. Is receiving the Doctor of Musical Arts from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Dr. Victor Santiago Asuncion, Major Professor. Walter Forbes Hoon is receiving the Doctor of Musical Arts from the Rudy Scheidt School of Music. Dr. Richard Ranta, Dean. Dr. Kenneth Kreitner, Major. Professor Dr. Alan Rippey, assisting in the hooding. Tracy Manning Schaefer is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Communication. Dr. Richard Ranta, Dean. Dr. Amanda J. Young, Major Professor. Melissa Megan Thompson is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Communication. Dr. Richard Ranta, Dean. Dr. Amanda Young, Major Professor. Jonathan Franklin Woodall is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Communication. Dr. Richard Ranta, Dean. Dr. Sandra Sarkela, Major Professor. Abdullah Ali Azmari is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of English. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Dr. Charles Hall, Major Professor. Auda Saeed Al-Absi is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of English. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Dr. Emily Thrush, Major Professor. Thank you. Abdiwali Moruf Amosu is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Earth Sciences. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Dr. Robert Smalley, Jr., Major Professor. Michael Bloom is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of History. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Dr. Aram Gutsunian, Major Professor.
Jack Brian Lorenzini is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of History. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean. Dr. Aram Gutsunian, Major Professor. Raluca Iona Pop Clendenin is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Mathematical Sciences. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean. Dr. Jerome and Dr. Giselle Goldstein, co-major professors. Sarah McCallum Irby is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Psychology. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean and Dr. Randy Floyd, Major Professor. Paul William Hammond is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Philosophy. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean, Dr. Mary Beth Mader, Major Professor. Nicholas Guerrera is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Philosophy. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean and Dr. Thomas Neenan, Major Professor. Jenny D. Lata is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Philosophy. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean and Dr. Thomas Neenan, Major Professor. Michael Jacob Lehman is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of History. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean, Dr. Daniel Unowski, Major Professor, Dr. Andrew Daly, assisting in the hooding. It's still you. You're still up. Brittany B. Lott is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Chemistry. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean, Dr. Yang Mai Wang, Major Professor. Nancy R. Parrish is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of History. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean and Dr. Charles W. Crawford, Major Professor. Ramona Magdalena Sabao is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Biological Sciences. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean, Dr. Michael H. Firkin, Major Professor. Brian R. Winter is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of Mathematical Sciences. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean, Dr. Li Wan Deng, Major Professor. Cheng Huan Hu is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the Department of English. Dr. Thomas Neenan Dean, Dr. Reginald Martin, Major Professor.
At this time, President Martin will confer graduate degrees. Dr. Weddle West will introduce the candidates.
Will all the candidates for the specialist and master's degrees please rise? Specialist and masters, please rise. Please rise and remain standing. President Martin, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, upon certification by the graduate school that you've fulfilled all the requirements for graduation, and with the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the degree that you have so richly earned, and admit to you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Congratulations to each of you.
Please be seated. President Martin, the deans of the colleges and schools of the candidates for the baccalaureate degree will present the undergraduate candidates as printed in the program. As your college is introduced, please rise and remain standing for the conferral of the baccalaureate degree. Dr. Dan Lattimore, Vice Provost for Extended Programs and Dean of University College.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from University College please rise and remain standing? President Martin, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. Please be seated.
Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean of the College of Communication and Fine Arts.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Communication and Fine Arts please rise and remain standing? President Martin, on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. You may be seated.
Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Will all of the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? President Martin, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. You may be seated.
All right, you ready? Will all of the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise? All of you, back up. Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of the undergraduate schools and colleges of the University of Memphis, with the approval of the undergraduate faculties of the university and by the certification of your dean of your college that you have fulfilled all the requirements for your graduation, and with the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each and every one of you the degree you have earned and admit you to all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges thereto. Congratulations, and flip that tassel. Please be seated.
I agree, it is exciting. That is fabulous. We would like to recognize 3 undergraduate students who have earned perfect 4.0 grade point averages. That's correct. We have 3 students that have perfect GPAs. Please stand when your name is called. Mr. Nicholas Warren Kanemaru. Nicholas. Miss Marissa E. Morgan. And Miss Michaela Leandra Rosario. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. They're all receiving the Bachelor of Arts degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences. Congratulations, wonderful job. Graduates who have distinguished themselves in their academic work by graduating with honors are listed in the program and can be identified by their honor cords. As I identify each honors group, please stand and be recognized. Gold signifies summa cum laude. Would you please stand? Thank you. You can be seated. Red signifies magna cum laude. Would you please stand? Thank you. You can be seated. and white signifies cum laude. Would you please stand? Thank you. You can be seated. I think all of you can recognize the number of incredibly hardworking and successful students that we have. Wonderpul job. Phi Kappa Phi is the University of Memphis's highest all-discipline academic honor society. It represents the top 5% of each college or school on our campus. Would all the members of Phi Kappa Phi, including the faculty and administration, please rise and be recognized? Thank you. Please be seated. We are pleased to have with us today Ms. Anita Vaughn. Ms. Vaughn is a life member and president of the National Alumni Association Board and CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital for Women. She was named as an outstanding alum of the College of Arts and Sciences in 2005. Ms. Vaughn received both her bachelor's and master's from the University of Memphis. She brings remarks on behalf of the Alumni Association. Ms. Vaughn?
Oh, happy day. You're here. Greetings and congratulations from the Alumni Association. Today is your first day as an alum with us. With that honor comes responsibility. Responsibility to the university and to each other. You now join such notable alums as Fred Thompson, actor and former senator, Bernice Donnell, Judge for the Federal District Court, Anthony Penny Hardaway, former NBA player and Memphis philanthropist, Joanne Edwards, author on the New York Times bestseller list, and Marvin Ellison, EVP of Home Depot. So, with this badge of distinction, you've now got a responsibility to the university and to stay involved, connected with our Alumni Association. The Alumni Association is pleased to present each of you with a complimentary first-year associate membership to the Alumni Association, which will be mailed to you with your diploma. You have more than 70 clubs, chapters, and programs based on academics, geography, and specific interests, which you may join as a devoted alum of our university. I expect 1 year from now to have 856 phone calls so that you'll be renewing your membership with us. Because of devoted alum, our great university will become one of the best metropolitan research universities. Every great university deserves a great alumni association. You are our future. You are our alumni. You are true blue. You are the University of Memphis alumni. Congratulations.
Thank you, Anita. Each college will now proceed to the stage. The graduate students precede the undergraduate students by college.
These are the graduates who've earned a degree in the University College, Dr. Dan L. Lattimore, Dean. Bachelor of Professional Studies, Patricia Sawyer Epperson, undergraduate student Marshall. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts degree in Liberal Studies degree. Kendrick Danuta Harris, Patricia Christine Harris, Sharon Rose Peterson, Felicia R. Roddy Jackson, Johnny Michael Schaefer Jr., Doris A. Warren, Mary Jane Wilder. The following candidates have earned the Master of Professional Studies. Tracy D. Askew, Ella Mae Doors, Bruce C. Harbor, Pamela Denise Campbell Avery. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Liberal Studies degree. Termaine Dion McKinley, David Michael Allen, Lucas J. Cameron Vaughn, Bobby Jean Huddleston, Nicholas Nelson, Evelyn Diane Chabot, Michael Dean. Alexandra Danielle White. Adriana Nicole Wilson. Chaz Muniz Adams. Christine Hill Andrews. Monica Delore Bates. Brandon Robert Bolden. Brittany Yvette Bowman. Kiana Shante Buckley. Olivia Mizia Campo. Terica Claiborne. Brittany Michelle Cox. Laura Beth Davis. Vicki S. Dilworth. Latricia L. Douglas. Jacqueline Nicole Drake. Kevin Thomas Evans. Andrew Adam Fields. Antonio T. Foster. Jessica Lauren Fredericks. Joshua R. Gallia. David Allen Gaden III. Sheila Denise Harrison. Emily Hartley. Amazia Jopa Hooks. Roderick Darnell Howard. Ashley Denise Maddox. Philip Scott Marshall II. Eric Lloyd Matthews. Elona Michelle Bonds Pilgrim. Tracy Danielle Pope. Tamara R. Townsend. Andrea Nicole Porter. Joseph A. Smith. Angela D. Staples. Tigra Lachey Taylor. Angelo A. Underwood. Anthony Fitzgerald Watson. Cassandra Robertson. Eloise D. Collins. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Professional Studies degree. Francesca Bigham. Casey Bruzzle. Abby Lee Gardner. Lauren Ashley Roberts. Ashley Nicole Olberding. Marvin L. Amerson. William Brooks. Destiny Rachel Keplinger. James Parker King. Olivia James Moore. Raymond Carmen Sabino. Emily Ann Taylor. Dominique Victoria Williams. Brittany Denise Applebury. Gabrielle Patrice Cox. Teresa Lynn Douglas. Jessica Ellison. Erica D. Johnson. Jennifer Johnston. Brittany Ann Lester. Jay McAdams. Anna Kate Poppernick. Jackie Nicole Rayner. Amelia Eloise Seaton. Clara Denise Smith. Margaret Smith Swift. Tatiana Todd. Camille Alicia Walker. Lawrence Wilson. Candice Adams. Dwayne Scott Akron. Natasha Irene Anderson. Tamara Ann Anderson. John Curry Andrews. Timmy Dale Armstrong. Rebecca Lynn Askew. Brandon Sinclair Barnes. Latoya Shante Barrow. Clint Boy Belkey. Stephen Charles Benson. Justin Hyde Blackstock. Lauren Ashley Blaylock. Valeria A. Britt. Tyrus Tucker. Katrina Renee Muldrow. Ma'am? Thank you. Javon Brown. Deitra J. Burks. Olivia Marie Burnett. Fallon Sade Burton. Arnisha Chantrell Cardine. Jamila Elizabeth Carter. Calindria Kiara Christian. Megan Page Coburn. Kristen Danielle Collier. Tamika B. Cowan. Kendall Patrice David. Gloria Lynn Dean. Tierra Sade Dishman. Jasmine Charnice Douglas. Anthony Clark and Kalade. Kenya Nicole Irvin. Korea Ferris. Michael Anthony Finley. Matty L. Fly. Yasmina A. Garcia. Valerie Ann Germain, Olivia Dawn Green, Nicholas Adrian Hall, Lindsay Brooke Ham, Tom Hanks Sr., Derek Hardaway, Keisha Yvette Harden, Jordan Elizabeth Harrington, Rashandra L. Harris, Amy Willimon Hart, Megan Lynn Henry, Christian Heiser, Datrice Ann Hill, Sharonda Michelle Hill, Bernard L. Hodge, Shelby Madison Hodges, Katina Juanice Holmes, Jean M. Cornishi, Cassandra Marche Hunt, Shitora Jackson, Adam Keith Johnson, Shane Keeley, Tony Chanel Key, Rebecca Marie King, Richard Day Kippett, Christopher Knox, Jessica Danielle Lancaster, Paris Renee Leake, Dennis Edward Lee, LaQuisha Cashel Levy, Teresa Aline Cecilia Lucas, Devin Amare Mack, Joshua Thomas Marking, Lauren Nicole Markle, Lucretia Tiana Marshall, Tonia D. Mason, Taiwanda Michelle Matthews, Evelyn L. McCormick, Dorothy Kamisha McMickens, Raven Shantea McNeil, Kayleen Blair Montgomery, Laura R. Mooney, Anna Elise Mahan, Jamaica Von Schall Moore, April Christina Parker, Chandler James Davis, Claritha S. Miller, Marquita Moan, Andrea S. Moore, Charles Edward Morris III, Parker Wesley Morris, Omayona Tiara Nash, Michelle Owens, Angela Sarwar, Timothy Lowell Parks, Letitia Nishay Patterson, Kenya Shawnice Pegas, Katrina Penny, Kimberly Lynn Pugh, Deborah Dolores Phelps, Mikhail Shernay Phillips, Pamela Renee Porter, Danisha Price, Tasha L. Pritchard, Reginald D. Quinley, Heaven L. Ramos, Donnie Lee Randall, Brittany Hellove Reddick, Rhonda Robinson, Christine Thoretha Rose, Marlon Lynn Ross, Billy Sanchez, Vonnie Chisholm Peeler, D'Angelo Marquette Sears, Tarika Alicia Spearman, Shakina Stout, Onika Deanne Strickland, Kiera Jache Thomas, April Renee Truesdale, Vanita Ladell Turner, Ray Tyre, Danita M. Walker, Charles Brandon Waters, Mary Louise Wayne, Jaron Marquise Johnson, Gerald James White, Heather Nicole Wilner, Tiffany Nicole Wilhite, Gabrielle Williams, Glenda K. Williams, Nicholas Samuel Williams, Pamela Richardson Williams, Robert Crockett Williams, Sidney L. Wilson, Suanne Wood, Demetric L. Woodfork, April Nicole Woodman, Chanel L. Woods, May Kathleen Yearwood, Gladys Elaine Young. These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the College of Communication and Fine Arts, Dr. Richard E. Ranta, Dean. Kimberly Ann Cupp, Student Marshal, College of Communication and Fine Art, is receiving the Bachelor of Music's degree. The following candidates have earned the Master of Architecture. Victor Mature Robinson, Jr. Linda Shuhaidova. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts degree. Nicole Teresa Emilio Casper, Kristen Strickland Andrus, Elizabeth Ann Golden, Charlie Hengen, Andrea Tatum Latard, Marcella Gavin Woodard, Ashley R. Stanton, Jody Liana Stokes Casey. The following candidates have earned the Master of Fine Arts degree. Rachel Nicole Bush, Eileen Catherine Devaney, Mandy K. Heath, Melissa Ann Pecava Koza, Tyler Witherington Lindsay, William Joseph Marshall, Aaron Andrew Meyer, Randall Tobin Stevens. The following candidates have earned the Master of Music degree. Tricia Lynn Berquist, Jonathan Michael Burns, Jason Exhofen, Brian Edward Hodge, Elaine Sarah Oilim, John Oath, Galen B. Robinson, Lindsay Aaron Wilbanks. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Arts degree. Kristen Nicole Bennett, Will Bryson, Melissa Rose Pancook, Lauren Taylor Smith, Christopher Lee Howell Witten, William G. Atkinson, Allison Droke, Matthew Gould, Tessa Harrelson, Renee Diane Hodges, Cosette Renee Lerfel, Morgan Ariel McDaniel, Cindy Danielle Miller, Desiree Simone Payton, Christina Marie Rader, Jill Ashley Coleraine, Amanda Ivory, William Stephen McPherson, Joyce Elaine McKinney, Laura Nelson, Lawrence Comwell Shaw IV, Crystal Welch, Thomas David Wilcox, Patrick Richard Anglade, Reginald Beam, Lee Beth Bolton, Adrienne Janae Bonds, Desmond Cleaver Branch, Vicki D. Brewer, Justin L. Brown, Kirsten Lee Cheers, Brittany Cleggans, Darnisha Lachelle Cotton, Kiera A. Davis, Matthew Charles Robert Ennis, Charles Paul Gray, Kristen L. Hairston, Shanitra Lachey Ingram, Jason Michael Jones, Nancy Danielle Jones, Jeremy Logan Jordan, Anitre Rochelle Littlejohn, Caitlin Manus, Elena Larissa Mathis, Lana, Paola Miranda, Krista Louise Nell, Sandra W. Norton, Cormac Parker Jr., Douglas Martin Powell, Kenya L. Riley, Jennifer Jean Rory, Zoheb Mora Rupani, Luis Angel Salcedo, Jasmine Faith Sanders, Matthew Joseph Schwartz, Sammy Joe Shutt, Courtney A. Smith, Gabrielle Taylor, Joshua Caleb Taylor, Jordan Keaton Thomas, Portia Ann Geneva Tony, Memory Nicole Van Buren, Alisa Shonea Williams, Terrace T. Williams, Brian Michael Wilson, Akila L. Wolford, Dylan Taylor Wood, William DeMond Young. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Jessica Laurel Giles, Catherine Nicole Nelson, Fiona Kathleen Battersby, Jeremy Scott Dollar, Angie Marie Montgomery, Kevin Peter Sutton, Candice Lee Barker, Zipporah Levine Besser, Shelley Renee Blanca, Freeman Brown III, George William Burns, George Alston Collier III, Corwin Cullum, Claire Kathleen Green, Kyu Hyo Jo, Sumin Kim, Shelby Maskett, Matthew Paul Ruprecht, Ashley Marin Scrabut, Megan Elise Blivens, Stephanie Leanne Britt, Sarah Ann Cameron, Margaret Nina Carter, Christina N. Conrad, Catherine A. Fascio, Amy Layton Goodluck, Cynthia Renee Lane, Kelly E. Lachelet, Juan D'Angelo Logan, Hampton Taylor Maddox, Heather C. Massey, Kevin Austin Pasley, Anna Lauren Sanders, Jacqueline Kate Sappenfield, Gregory Allen Smith, Ryan Spearman, Vonnie Chisholm Peeler, Alexandra Lynn Stevens, Jacob Walker Vaughn, Janika Wise. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Music degree: Megan Carolyn, Michelle R. Guthrie, Dustin Biley Nicholson, Jonathan Glisson, Margaret Eleanor Johnson, Roval Royce I. Salibio, Nicholas James Herring, Patrick Robert Hyland, Frank Hurt Rhodes, Michelle Bush Schrader, Kevin Drew Carpenter, Gregory Michael Mason, Mario R. Williams, Jamisa Yvette Alston,
These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the College of Arts and Sciences: Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean; Marissa E. Morgan; Micaela Riandro Rosario. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts degree: Amelia Bloom, Ashley Foley D'Abraccio, Lisa Leanne Deo, James Brent Duke, Daniel Franklin Feltz, Marcia Monique Harper, Kristen Charnel Harris, Sarah J. Hoover, Annalie Santi Savon, Brittany Marie Robinson, Brittany E. Presson, Amy Michelle Pratt, Jerry Wayne Gray II, Clementia Ann Poole, Jasmine Lynn Newsom, Joshua Christian Jackson, Corey Deshaun Johnson, Kenneth S. Lata, Laurel Marie Miles, Lael May Naserdin, Anna M. Gattuso, Kristen L. Shabler, April M. Steele, Lauren Ashley Stevens, Marshall A. Taylor, Carolyn Patrina Trimble, Robert Luis Ehrman III, Julia Michelle Warren. Claudia Shantae Williams. The following candidates have earned the Master of City and Regional Planning degree. Austin R. Johnson. Bridget Rose Marie McCall. Jonathan Kevin Whitaker. The following candidates have earned the Master of Fine Arts degree. Kate Louise Gallagher. The following candidates have earned the Master of Public Administration. Marianne Ray Hartquist. Catherine Allison Higdon. Kate Kanan Ura. And you. Jaswita Killian. Christina Marie Davis McLean. Sydney Danielle McGee. DeAndrea Lynn Moore. Sabrina Ganell Samuels. Monique S. Savage. Sharonda Renee Williams. Sharonda Nicole Williams. Teresa D. Winkleman. The following candidates have earned the Master of Science degree. Kostadinka Atanasovska. Ruxana Awais. Wesley Adam Boyd. Daki Dong. Nia Marcia Maria Dow. Lauren Elizabeth Goddard. AKM Mamurul Haq. Jeffrey D. Lewis. Salaudin Mohammed Masoom. Stephen Clemens McFeely. Kevin L. Okello. Jailu K. Jessica Lauren Simmons. Kwang Min Tran. Sudip Vaduri. Kazi Iftekar Zaman. The following candidates have earned the Master of Social Work. Lindsay O'Donnell Bailey. Jenna Bonnell. Marquisha Dion, Bradford. Wendy K. Brown. Janine T. Claiborne. Kelly Cole. Matthew Joseph Delaney. John Stacy Elliott. Cheryl Lynn Garrett Ferguson. Chadwick Dwayne Golden. Kashetta L. Jameson Hardricht. Brittany M. Jordan. Elizabeth Ann Mays. Tammy Lynn McCain. Olivia Jamise McMillan. Ashley J. Mullen. Deanna R. Nick. Bridget Adiranke Ogunmokun. Jocelyn Nicole Patton. Cynthia L. Poole. Monique Bonita Robinson. Crystal Lloyd Stallings. Adina Stortz. Jeremy Samuel Tracy. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Arts degree. Aaron Joseph Blackstone. Taylor A. Blaine. Victoria Leilani Busi. S. Rhiannon Derlam. Dylan Holtzemer. Emily Alyssa Howard. Jonathan Bryce Hurley. Candace Joyner. Marie Apolline Masangano. Nicholas Patrick Mastron. Dylan McQueen. Sonia Minasyan. Fatima M. Noor. Chelsea Orland. Delaney Cecil Page. Jean Marie Phillips. Lauren Michelle Quaz. Darcy Sharp. Alexandra Simota. David Lang Tucker III. Bria Simone Walker. Bethany Nicole Webb. Noor S. Abdallah. Jennifer Elise Cole. Tiffany Michelle Askew. Shannon Ballou. Megan Savannah Benson. Lauren Blow. Brandy Nicole Brown. Christina Guerin. Chandra Elizabeth Crawley. Rachel Marie DeGroff. Abigail Jane Deeroff. Danielle N. Dodson. Sarah Jane Dunn. Caitlin Keener Faulkner. Carla Jane Frisbee. Brittany Lee Good. Thomas Edward Graham. Tiffany Marie Granberry. David Michael Grant. Robert Moretti. Jane Ariel Stewart. David Lynn Hale. Nope. Leah Grace Hamilton. I'll go a little slower. Janetta Lynn Olive. Kimberly LaShun Hester. Rachel Aurelia Hicks. Peter Hogan. Kevin Hudspeth. Tyrone O'Neill Lavelles. Nikki Lee. Brittany Cherie Lockett. Nicholas B. McLean. Patrick J. McNicholas. Tiffany Nicole Moman. Andrea Michelle Neal. Chimene Okari. Sherelle Renee Crane. April L. Patton. Erica Nicole Peoples. Ariel Pettit. Ashley Robinson. Sandra L. Robinson. Jeffrey Charles Rogers. Eric Michael Sanders. Caitlin M. Smith. Susanna Carol Stanley. Natalie Aaron Thurmond. Moriah Danielle Amfres. Carla Brooke Van Kanite. Adam Christian Venters. Destiny Alexandria Whitmore. Christy Thomason Williams. Christy Lee Wilson. Molly Catherine Winders. Leighton Edward Woods. Ella Leah Akuzwe. Rayanne Eleanor Ballesteros. Lacey Renee Bond. Joshua Alexander Canterbury. Rachel Michelle Colley. Nazmus Sakib Chowdhury. William Henry Clower. Joshua Michael Coleman. Leslie C. Coleman. Jeremy M. Cook.
Erin Nicole Cox. Ann L. Dickerson. Delisa Dotson. Christy Ann Julin. Jaleh B. Abrahami. Viridiana Arives. Muhammad Faraj. Amanda Janae Frazier. Sarah Gulda. Juan Manuel Gomez. Dorothy Helen Marie Gott. Dak Kong Win. Mary Caitlin Hoffmeyer. William Howard. Anna Huge. Carolyn Nicole Emel. Britta Jarat. Danielle Ryan Jacobson. Sanjeev Kar Jairaraman. Ian Alexander Johnson. Sandy Lee. Stephanie M. Lovins. Jennifer Maston. Patrick Roy McIntyre. Thomas L. McGoldrick. Ryan McGrath. Leah Kathleen New. Taylor Ray Oyas. Addison Thomas Piggott. Shantae Denise Plowden. Brianna Marie Repko. Taisha Tamika Rhodes. Brittany Rochelle. Casey Michelle Seligman. Felicia D. Smith. Gisele Soto. Holly Renee Staggs. Ashley Nicole Stamey. Charity Yvette Thomas. Ariana Elizabeth Thorpe. Anika Watson. Jason Kennedy Weatherby. Patricia Ann White. Brini Williams. Anisha M. Abidi. Melanie Jane Marie Adams. Alexis Trinice Batts. Courtney Nicole Benoit. Martricia Michelle Berkeley. Tyler Wade Beretta. Xavier Bernard Bills III, Sr. Paul Crum. Brittany and Vinette Bolton. Adam Franklin Bishop. Quenisha L. Boyce. Ricky Andre Bradley Jr. Kelly Elizabeth Brayman. Cherie Bolton. Raquel Nicole Woods. Celeste Marie Brown. Taylor Newton. Elliot Blair Brown. Jennifer Michelle Brown. Kimberlyn Sharice Brown, Shanika K.R. Brown, Alyssa Nicole Buford, Sharika Annette Buggs, Shamika R. Burton, Kayla Ann Carpenter, DeMarco Cavey, Janice Denise Watson, Christina B. Cathy, Joseph Terrell Caitlin, Deanna Chacon, Karen Hodges Chaffin, Jessica Ann Chumney, Mary Elizabeth Church, Stephen Arnez Coleman Jr., Liam Patrick Collins, Erica Noel Cox, Kenneth Jeffrey Cox, Donisha F. Crum, Justin Lane Cunningham, Alexis Danielle Darvin, James Robert Davis, Tahira Davis, Amber Lynn Day, Johnshay Rashad Dodd, Kemi Deneen Douglas, Jadarius Eason, Joshua Wayne Edwards, Martell D. Edwards, Robert Andrew Erickson, Latoya C. Evans, William Charles Eyerly, Shelby Michael Faulkner, Tiara Danielle Faulkner, Maya Charmaine Furby, Jacqueline Danielle Foster, Nicholas Taylor Foster, Candice Free, Andrew L. Gay, Aneticia N. Glenn, Lance F. Goyne, Miracus S. Goodman, Rachel Emmeline Goodwin, William Grammer, Alona Gray, Shirley Marie Gray, Martise Hadley, Dara M. Hall, Felicia Lachey Hankins, Daryl Clayton Harris Jr., Kyle Zachary Hartman, Iretta Marie Hayes, Candice LaShawn Henderson, Dylan Hill, Teresa Hill, John C. Holland, Pashona Marie Hope, Linda Houston, Tiara Shawness Hurt, Ashley Irons, Cody James, Alicia Camille Johnson, Jessica Dolores Johnson Winfield, Pamela E. Johnson Siggers, Angela Michelle Jones, Anthony Maroc Jones, Melody Jones, Monica Jones, Jeremy Bolding, Ryan Jones, Chandre Renee Jordan, William P. Kelly, Fadwa S. Khalifa, Danielle C. Kimball, Christopher Matthew King, Kiana Renee Lacey, Robert Jacob Lamar, James Braddock Lang Jr., Tiffany Michelle Lee, Lionel Brooks Lejeune, Kristen Michelle Lone, John Andrew Lockley, Jordan Kelly Lofton, Bianca Charday Logan, Alexis Virginia Kern, Yvonne S. Lang, Julia Claire Lovell, Stacy Lynn Lowe, Alyssa Laurel Maddox, Victoria Lorraine Maurer, Jonathan Tyler Mask, Sean O'Neill McKenzie, Marie A. McKinney, Dalton Glenn McNeil, Dentacia Meadows, Colby Danielle Midget, Trey Moore, Tamara Mosby, Deanna Lydia Mullins, April Myers, Charles Torney Naff III, Kathleen Nicole Nalen, Leslie Nelson, Gwendolyn Yvette Nichols, Daddy Normal, John Thomas Nunnery, Kelsey K. O'Brien, Ashley Owens, Alicia Juliana Pacheco, Manuela Lisette Pacheco, Cheryl Burke Parker, Brianne Renee Penny, Kawana M. Poe, Rosie LaShawn Prescott, Marjorie Pritchard, Caitlin Carolyn Quick, Cheryl Ann Ramey, Corey Richmond, Edward DeMar Rivers, Falcon Amelia Robertson, Ashley Nicole Robertson, Sherelle Cherie Robinson, Erica R. Robinson, Lauren Marie Rose, Shelby Lynn Sane, Anna Marie Sandy, Chloe Maya Schultz, Slay Middleton Schaus, Sheridan Sinclair, Antoinette Nicole Smith, Brittany Sierra Smith, Kristen Taylor Smith, Kevin Duane Sullivan Jr., Jasbrielle Nicole Swain, Andrea Lynette Taylor, Ashley Taylor, Alexis Janae Terry, Shakita Thomas, Tanner Thompson, Paul Marino Thornton, Kenneth J. Tonahill, Susan Vanderwinkle, Michael Keith Warren Jr., Brittany Rochelle Washington, Cara Lynn Watkins, Ashley Danielle White, Paul White, Nicholas J. Wiggins, Brandon Williams, Ebony Lachelle Williams, Sean Antonio Williams, Valeria Ann Williams, Diane Estelle Wilson. Got that one wrong. LaKenya R. Woods, Elise Aaron Woolley, Takindra A. Worrells, Courtney Yvonne Yancey, Megan Chelsea Young, Tristan Noel Young, Pamela Denise Wolf, Sarah M. Wumbow. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Science degree: George Malcolm Christian, Matthew Kyle Roberson, Andrew Rye Donahue, Emily R. Hanna, Arun Jampalati, Crystal Kirby, Riddhi Asutosh Kashitria, Nick Lay, Jean Marie Phillips, Mary Long, Carissa Marie Shiver, Candice Free, Kelsey Rose, Elizabeth Joy Trimble, Jordan Davis, Sean Michael Fitzhugh, Dennis Robert Kenneth, Elijah Aaron Che, Matthew Allen Lucky, Juan An M. Ma, Leon May, Sarah Elizabeth Mills, Samuel J. Morgan, Trey Marquez Long, Allison Christina Neubert, Meili Wynn, Justin Pinkston, Jonathan Scott Schaaf, Stephanie J. Spurgat, Lauren Elizabeth Sullivan, Zeab and Delamar Tadisi, Ryan Christopher Wilson, James Richard Zakin, Margaret Rose Armour Jones, Clinton Robert Brasher, Stephanie Kreider, Benjamin Deming, Vanisha Ann Gunn, Alexander Curtis Bernal, Taylor Lynn Hartley, Kyle Joe Infield, Catherine Diane Jones, Kevin Charles Kelly, Justin King, Chami Kong, Michael Alexander Morgan, Ryan Jerome Payne, Megan Piker, Nick Smith, Andrew J. Swistak, Katrina Latrice Vincent, Ariana Elena Becker, Jimmy Chow, Robert Lee Crockett Jr., Nicholas Aaron Dubois, Muhammad M. Elayan, Christine Brianna Fair, Joanne Hamilton, Matthew Harden, Michelle Nicole James, Pawandeep Kaur, Jason Brian Lemke, Kyle Jeremiah Lynch, Ladricius Millen, Fatima Muhammad, Robert Evander Palmer IV, Jacole Chavitel Patterson, Aaron Raymond Rains, Matthew R. Ross, Lauren Alexis Russell Moore, Kami Shu, Alexander Stephen Smith, Okpathar Nuri, David L. Tovar, Sierra N. Tranum, Kenyatta Ward, David Dean Wolfe, Christine Mariah Greenhill, Alexander Curtis Bernal. Sigrid? Thank you so much.
I started here when you were president of student government. We just got it to do. Is that unbelievable? That is correct. All right, showtime. Well, there you have it. We've got a couple more things. Now, to the graduates. There are a group of people here today who chose their profession for one fundamental reason. It was because of you. It was their commitment to student success and growth and relationships that have been here to support you throughout your academic career at the University of Memphis. Would the members of the faculty and the staff of the University of Memphis present please stand, and graduates, would you let them know how you feel about them? Great appreciation. One more group we need to recognize. If you are here today because someone you love, are related to, care about, have supported, have been there for, and are proud of, happens to be graduating, would you please stand so we could say thank you to you? Once you graduate from the University of Memphis, and once you are part of the University of Memphis family, there is one thing we always have to make certain we do superbly, and that is rock the FedEx Forum. So on the count of three, I want to see if this group of graduates and their family and friends can make some noise. Go Tigers. 1, 2, 3, go! Congratulations to each of you. We'll all stand. Everyone please stand for the singing of the alma mater. It's in page 81 on your program. Congratulations. God bless each of you.
Stand firm, O alma mater, through all the years to come. In days of youth and beauty, thy halls have been our home. In time of preparation, great lessons didst thou teach, till now, O alma mater, the stars will strive to reach.